Tool Designer here. Welcome to episode 3 of Shop Finds. Had an auction that I was at here recently, a lot of gauges and stuff. So I think what we'll do is just do a quick review with what I got and talk about some of the things. And I think overall I got a pretty good price and everything. So let's review what we got. Okay, hang on 1 second. Okay, well, we'll start out with first thing here is a pair of calipers. Let's see. These are actually Mitutoyas. They're supposed to be the coolant proof kind. But you can see there's a little bubble in there, so I don't think it was too coolant proof. However, still works. The nice thing about these, of course, it has SBC output if you wanted to do that. They're 8 inches, so I got 8 inches of travel, which is really nice. And the nice thing about these is the end anvil, which you can adjust this up and down. What makes that nice is if you're trying to measure, like, say, a groove from the end of a shaft. And I don't know if I have one here that we could demonstrate that on, but yeah, let's see. So here on the end of the shaft, of course, you have, just making sure we getting you good enough in the shot, a chamfer on the end. So you really can't measure that accurately. Now here there's a little recess back here, and get this to about the right length. Now with that anvil moved down, I can get a much more accurate reading from the end of it. So this adjustability is an extra feature that's real nice that you can utilize for a lot of different applications. That's just one example. Okay, so Mitutoya 8-inch absolute coolant proof digital pair of calipers, and I believe I got that for $11.55. Okay, also what we got is a groove indicator. Okay, so it has a real fine point. We use them to, and this is a, I believe, I can barely make it out, a 1 to 2 inch range. So this is nice to be able to get down inside grooves. It's used a lot in the cutting tool industry to measure like the core diameter of an end mill or a drill. And let me see if maybe I can grab something. Alright, let's take a look at an end mill. Here's a 6 flute, 30-degree high speed. You could utilize that to reach down in here. Now this is too big for this size, but you could reach down in there and measure the core diameter and the raised land and so forth on the tool. So that's one thing you can use it for. Or just using it to measure deep grooves and so forth. Trying to see if this has a model number on it. It's a Mitutoya 112- looks like 238, I think. And the calibration was good until the end of March. So, and it's got the ratchet on there and the lock. Haven't checked it for accuracy, but can come in useful for different things. Let's see, what did I pay for that? $5.55. Alright, got another one here. This would be like a groove mic. And it is also a Mitutoya. And I'm not sure I can make that out on there. Back's pretty bad. But a Mitutoya 0 to 1, half a thou, digital groove gauge, and you see these are stepped down, so that allows you to go into the grooves. Okay, so let's see if this is absolute or not. Getting a 1/2 It looks like the battery might be getting a little low. I don't know if you can still see that or not. Depends upon the light. But it's still functional. And you have an origin inch to millimeters hold button, which is nice. And you can zero it out at a specific diameter if you want to use it as a checking gauge. So that comes in handy. Digital reaching down in grooves also for that one. Let's see, what did I get that one for? $11.55. And let's see what else we got here. Okay, so this one actually has a box, and it is this is an LS Starrett. This is what they call a 5 flute mic, so you can measure 5 flutes, measure diameter, typically only used on high-speed steel, not so much in the way of carbide, because these are carbide anvils. But the other thing you can do is it's not specific just to that, so you could measure, you know, a pentagon or something that has 10 sides on it, or you can still use it to measure round stock. So, even though it's an anvil, you can still put it in here and put it between the anvils and take an actual diameter measurement. So you can still use it to measure diameters with. And let's see if this has a number on it. Let's see. Starrett number 483. And this came in the box. Still in good shape. It does not have the wrench, does not have a standard. And usually I think the standards are like 200 thousandths, but it's a Starrett in a box. Doesn't have Starrett marked on it, I don't think. Oh, yep, it does. There you go, Starrett. And let's see, 5 flute mic. What did I get that for? $5.55. Pretty darn good deal. Now this one here I need to do some work on. And this is a Barber Incorporated. And what this is this is a whole diameter micrometer, basically. The tip point, and this needs taken apart. It's a little stiff, a little sticky. But the point is 3 points, so you get a 3-point measurement, and it's 45 degrees included so that you can measure to the outside of a hole. And I believe the range on this is 0 to 90 degrees, yeah. 1/1000th diameter, 1/1000th per diameter, and it looks like it's going to be about 300, so as it spins back around, close to 400 thousandths. What that's nice to use, and let's see if we can get a shaft with a hole in it. Okay, so here's your center hole. You can actually put this in here, put it down, and get a measurement on the center hole size. So this looks to be about 200 and let's see, it's really sticky, about 218 thousandths. So that's the size of that center hole. So this will probably get, maybe we'll do this in a video. Let's see about maybe taking this apart, getting it cleaned up, and go from there. Those are neat to have if you're doing a lot of critical hole sizes. And I think, let's see, hole gauge, I got that for, again, $11.55. Alright, now, here we have a Starrett box, and here we have Can be used as a groove micrometer. It's a number 210A, but I think this is 60 included, so I think you can use this to measure threads. I didn't look this up to see, but 210A, Starrett. Good condition. Let's see, what did I get that for? $11.55. I didn't bid a whole lot on some of this stuff, but I still ended up winning most of it. Another Starrett box, and this again is another, well, I'm sorry, that first one I showed you was a 3-flute mic. This is a 5-flute mic. You can see by the angles. The other one would be 120, and again, you can still use these. Now this one actually comes with the wrench. I'm not sure what else is in here. Still got the Starrett literature in there. Oh, look at that. Didn't even see that in there. Screw threads and tap drill sizes. That's neat. LS Starrett Company, decimal equivalents. Okay, cool. And the adjustment wrench for calibration. Again, same thing. You can still measure round stock with this. In this particular case, it was used to probably measure diameters of end mills, 3-fluters. So, but that's a Starrett. And the Starrett box. I'll put these back in there too. Okay, and I got that one. 3-flute mic, $5.55. And then I got this one here, and this is a Meditoya. Now this is an anvil mic. Now this is pretty nice. It's still in the original packaging, original foam. So this is basically what would be considered a 3-flute mic also. But you can still check rounds with it. In fact, it comes with the standard. And let's see, I think the batteries might be a little low on this. So I'm thinking it did work before. Oh, yeah, barely. Yeah, the battery's about dead. You can see the LEDs starting to work a little bit. But again, you can use it to check round stock. And this is the standard that came with it. I believe it's 200 thousandths. So you can use that. I'll have to pull that battery out and see if it's any good. But I know it worked before, so it's definitely low on battery. Pretty nice. Still use this is actually nice to have if you're working with small diameter stuff on the lathe, because this gives you a lot more support to be able to get on the part piece without it wandering around on you. You get a lot more square perpendicular measurement, and it comes with the wrench also. So got that. What did that come to? Anvil, okay, $11.55 for that. So all in all, not too bad of a deal, I think. These are the ones that I paid the most for. I'm just going to set these down in here gently. Put that back in there. I don't have cases for these, so I just put them in some plastic so stuff doesn't get all over them. Put that in there, put that right in there. Those calipers are, I like those calipers, those are nice. So those will definitely come in handy. I'll set this down. And I got one more box. Now, this is stuff that I didn't originally bid on, but they were left over. So I bid on the whole box. And I bid $30 for this entire box. So here we go. Again, this is a 3-flute mic. I believe this is a 1 to 2 inch diameter. This is a Starrett also, number 483. And I did look this one up. This one is still available from Starrett. And the price is, yeah, 1 to 2. The etching's kind of faded. 3-flute is about $860. for one of these brand new from Starrett. So good price on that. And again, you can still use it to measure round stock. Again, here's a Meditoya, and this one's a 5-fluter. Number 114-135. Got the lock and the thimble on it. So I got that one. Again, these weren't bid on, so I just bid on the whole bunch. And this is another Starrett. This is a 5-fluter. Number 485. Another 5-fluter. I think these are both the same. 485, so I've got 2 of them. Another one of these Meditoya anvil mics. And I think this one's the battery's about low on too, so I'm going to have to get some more batteries. But again, these are nice. And what was the number on this Meditoya? This one, 3649311. Okay. And here we got a Starrett. Again, this is a 3-flute mic. This, I believe, is 0 to 1. And it's a number 483 in the original box. No wrench or standard. But I got a nice Starrett box. Got that one. And again, all this stuff here was $30 for the lot. Another Starrett. Another 3-flute mic. Again, what was this one here? Another 483. So 2 of those. And their boxes. And let's see. This is a Tessa in a wooden box. And it's a 5-flute. Does have the wrench and some paperwork. No standard. Foam's about shot. Again, this would be a, what size range would this be? 0.2 to 1 inch. 5-flute mic. So, another one of those. Get that out of the way. And the last one's another Tessa. And I believe it's a, what do we got here? Yeah, it's a very large 5-flute mic. Again, no wrench or standard or anything like that. This is a metric one, 50 millimeter to 65 millimeter. 3 dents. No, this is a 3-fluter. Okay, so this would be measuring 3 flutes, but up to 65 millimeters, which is kind of interesting. So this is a metric gauge. Could possibly use that. So, and again, in its original box. So all in all, I think it was a pretty good deal for 30 bucks. Some of the stuff is fairly expensive. Not that they have a lot of uses, but again, you can check round stock with pretty much all of these. So that was a 5-fluter. Okay. That one, and then this baby right here. And one of those Starrett 3-fluters. And again, I think this was one of those 3-fluters, right? Yeah, it's a 3-fluter. What was the range on this? Let's see. It's number 483. Doesn't give me a range, but I'm assuming it's going to be, you know, about 50 thousandths to, say 1 inch. So lock that. All right. So let me back out here, and one other thing I want to show you. Be right back. Alright, what we have here, interesting little thing. I think this dates back into the 90s. It is a tailor cut precision cutoff machine. I don't know how precision it is, but the only thing I could find on the web for it was this little sales flyer, I think from Reed Industrial from God knows when. There was no price on it. Abrasive cutoff machine. Did come with the instructions. Did come with a spare belt. Basically, you put a cutoff wheel in here, and you got a couple little V-block configurations. It does have coolant. However, the coolant basically is a plastic jug over here on the side that's been cut with a pond pump in it, but you can put coolant to it. Looks like I have a spare belt cog. This was a cover for a piece I don't think I have anymore. And a couple other adapters to slide onto the cutoff thing. I'm not sure what this went to yet. A couple of Allen wrenches, at least to fit the part pieces. And I believe what you do is you put your part in here. You do have a stop you can use or not. And then just hold it in the V-block and then slide it up into the cutoff wheel, and it says to rotate it, you know, quarter of a turn and plunging and cut off. You're supposed to be able to cut off hardened steel, brass, copper, aluminum, high-speed tool bits, core pins, and thousands of other items with no clamping involved. And the neat thing was, in the instructions, you know, it's saying there, you know, hold on to the workpiece carefully and keep your fingers out of the way of the grinding wheel. I don't know if that's acceptable with today's OSHA standards, but probably not. But I do have a light. Little light can be adjusted. It turns off and on still, so even the bulb still works. There's the thing for auto coolant or off, so you can turn the coolant pump on. And then I have turned it on. So, and these are your accessories over here. You're supposed to put your wrenches and stuff in there so that you have them handy. And I have a foam pad for up at the top here yet. This coolant thing slides down underneath here. Has a hole in it for return into the bucket. I think there's supposed to be another hose there. I don't know where it's at right now. And just little tooling things that you can set stuff on, like micrometers or whatever if you're measuring, but still works. Little spindle here, motor in the back, and then a cog belt to drive it. On a stand with adjustable feet. See that down there? On a stand with adjustable feet. Thought it would come in handy for cutting off high-speed blanks and stuff like that. Find out what we can do with old used end mills and turn them into cutting tools. We'll get into that someday. But anyways, this was one of the other items that I picked up in the auction. I think that's all that I had gotten from this auction. And I got this for $15. So still runs. If nothing else, I got a three-quarter horsepower motor. And a little spindle. You can always turn that into a pedal stool grinder for on the lathe. Who knows? Not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but everything still works and functions. So, all right, hang on one second. We'll be right back. Okay, everybody. Well, that's going to wrap up, I think, episode number 3 of Shop Finds. Interesting. Just the other day, I watched one of Keith Rucker's videos where he is rethreading a nut for a very old lathe, a friend of his. So he was making a nut basically, and he bought a tap that was a modified Acme, so it's 10 degrees per side. And interesting was he was trying to figure out what drill size and so forth to use, and he said if he had he couldn't even measure the tap because it was a 3-flute tool. So I'm going to put a link in the description below to Keith Rucker's page. He also is machinery, what is it, machinery.org, vintagemachinery.org. Okay, they have a website, and they put a lot of, they scan and put up a lot of old manuals, old books, things about lathes, mills, just about anything under the sun they put up there. So very, very good place to go for information. So I'll link you to that site, and I'll link you to the video where he tapped with the 3 flute tap for that modified Acme. And well, if you happen to watch this, Keith, I have 2 of these. Now I don't have a standard and I don't have the wrench, but it's a Starrett, so it probably uses a standard Starrett wrench. And has the box. So come Monday, guess what I'm shipping out to you? Be looking for it in your mail. Alright everyone, that's going to put a wrap on this one. Everybody out there, until next time, take care.